tell you what, I've recently really got back into cherry items. It's just too tight. I loosened it. Woo-ee, ladies and gentlemen, it's day 5. It is 5:29. Thank you very much. Welcome, my friends, to Big Brother's Little Brother. I hope very well. Or Le Petit Show avec l'Invision, as they're calling it over the other side of the channel. Coming up today is Nominations Day, ladies and gentlemen. In 45 minutes from now, the housemates will be nominating for the first time. It's a big day for unlucky housemate Makosi. We'll be discussing a secret mission with psychologist Sandra Weekly. East-West astrologer Paul Watson explains why the housemates' personalities are written in the stars. And we've got some exclusive footage of Mary and a Coven dancing to the music you chose for her birthday last night. But we kick off, as we always do, with Little Brother's Big News. OK, first up, at 9:30 this morning, despite only having a few hours sleep after Mary's party, the housemates were given a rude awakening by Big Brother. Let's take a look at that.
I should be so lucky, love. Woo! Everybody get up! That's it. This is days. Days is good.
Only day 5, and I'm starting to believe Anthony only has 2 dance moves. 12:32 p.m, a new relationship blossom when now Varnish wearing Roberto got to grips with Maxwell in the garden.
Yeah, I can do this every day. No problem. Non c'è problema, man.
And breaking news, Big Brother is about to tell the housemates they'll be nominating for the first time tonight. Remember, only Makosi knows they're going to be nominating, so it should be a big surprise for all of them. We can now go live to the house and let's see how they react.
If I never hit it, yeah,
have everything on demand.
If I never hit it the other day, yeah, there wouldn't be nothing. I'm not supposed to wash it.
This is Big Brother. This week's nominations will take place in 45 minutes.
Oh!
bear it!
Well, it's today then.
Yeah.
Woo! It's today.
Ding!
It's today.
Dong.
It's today. I thought it'd be tomorrow, big guy.
Whoa, I'm getting nervous.
But it's all right.
Oh! Yes, science, it's today. And that was Little Brother's Big News. So, tonight the housemates are going to nominate for the first time. Remember, this week the housemate with the most nominations are exempt from the public vote. With that in mind, today's cool BBLB is who do you think will get the most nominations? He's had to get in touch. So anyway, in the past 5 days, we've had tears, we've had tantrums, we've had a 3-way tongue sandwich. I think it's fair to say relationships are forming in the house. But to explain who's really going to get it on and who's not, East-West astrologer and compatibility expert Paul Watson's here. Paul, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Thank
Tim.
you very much for coming on the
My
show.
pleasure.
Appreciate it. So you combine Chinese and Western astrology.
I do.
Tell me how that works.
Well, basically, you have the standard Western astrology, Gemini's, Taurus, Virgo. It's too general. It doesn't really work for me. So I combine East and West. That's Chinese astrology, which incorporates things like earth monkeys and fire dragons. That's the year you're born.
Dear God.
So combining the two,
Yes.
it gives me it throws at 1,440 different characters.
Right.
It gives me an immense insight into all these
So,
characters.
for example, I'm a Gemini, and I
Yes.
know that kind of makes me two-faced or whatever, right?
Two-faced, big ego.
Right.
Yes. Sorry, I'm...
We're back now, buddy, 'cause I'm dying.
No, no, but Water Rocks, 1973. Kind, compassionate,
yes.
thoughtful, beautiful,
See?
laid back. So it balances it out. See, so a beautiful man overall.
OK, so we've sort of compiled this chart for
Yes,
us here,
yes.
OK? And what does it actually tell us about people? So you'll be able to, from their star signs and their Chinese signs,
Yep,
you'll be able to
exactly.
tell us all about kind of who's compatible with who and so forth. Right?
Precisely. Absolutely.
Okay, so what we've got a chart here with Pash for passion, as to who's compatible in that respect, Clash as to who's going to clash, and Cash as to who is going to win the cash. Our idea, not yours, all right? You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to take credit for it. You like it.
I think it's beautiful.
Okay, so first about Pash, who's going to get on here?
Right. My favourite couple, potential-wise, if they stay in the house long enough, are Mr. Maxwell and Miss Vanessa.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. These two, Maxwell is an aquarium metal rooster. Strong character.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get with Maxwell. This one, little Vanessa, is quite a gentle soul. All we've seen, we haven't seen a lot of Vanessa so far.
Yeah.
But she's much nicer than she's actually come across so far. About 90% compatible. These two could live together for 50, 55 years and live happily ever after.
Really?
That good.
We haven't even seen them. I haven't even hardly seen them talk to each other yet.
Just give them time, damn it.
Okay, we want to talk a little bit more about Maxwell because the love triangle is developing in the house. Let's take a look at that first.
Right.
Get your take on it.
And you do what?
Sam.
Sam. You are banging in trouble, Sam. Sam, I'm not being funny. She could wear that dress all day long.
Anthony's great. He makes me laugh all the time, and as does Maxwell. But Anthony's fit, obviously, so.
Sam, she's the only bird that I'll be interested in here.
I'll kiss you.
Yeah, Sam,
Anthony, can you stand up, please?
Yeah.
Go on in. Woo, woo, woo.
And like, there's chemistry there, I think.
More of that snog tonight at 10, and I've seen it, and really, honestly, there's no subtlety about it whatsoever. Okay, so let's have a look at this love triangle and get your take on it. We've got
Get rid of Vanessa.
Yeah, get rid of Vanessa.
Get out.
Sam
Out of it,
there, and where's Anthony? There he is.
There he is.
Lovely. So, three of them. Compatibility-wise, how's that?
Compatibility-wise, right, you've got a metal rooster, a water dog and a water dog. Maxwell is living in Lapland. He and Sam are not remotely compatible. It will be a half-night stand at best.
Seriously?
Ain't going to happen,
That's such a
Maxwell.
shame.
I know, he'll be gutted.
Yeah.
These two, Anthony and Sam, not bad. They're both born in the year of the water dog, so they're both quite compassionate and they'll both sort of they're quite free-spirited.
Okay.
But long-term, no chance. But something could develop between these two, but nothing long-term. Once they leave the house,
that's it.
History.
Forget
history.
it. Okay.
But
any other people you
Well,
think?
there are. I mean, there are a couple. I mean, unfortunately for both. Where is he? Where's my boy? Here he is.
for?
Science.
Science, yeah.
Science and Anthony are very, very compatible with Mary. They won't like it. They won't like it. I'm serious.
Science and Mary, you think?
Yeah, I'm serious. Mary will have quietly have a crush on these two boys. They're very, very compatible. Probably won't happen because Mary's probably not that sort of girl.
Yeah.
But very, very compatible. Also,
She does find him attractive as Dracula, she's already said.
Did she say that?
Yeah.
What if he just... Well, that's perfect.
If he just dresses up like the necromancer, we're laughing.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, these two
Lovely.
might get it together. Then.
Yeah.
That's very,
Oh, wear the costume, Anthony, please. OK, what about Clash? Let's talk a bit more about Clash.
Clash. Now, the one... Mary again. Come on, Mary. Where are you? Mary and Mikosi. These two, I know they've given the impression they quite like each other and she's shown a bit of compassion, but Mikosi is a bit of a player. These two are not remotely compatible.
What's to do with Mikosi?
Well, she is a Virgo metal monkey.
Yikes.
Right? She's a shrewd, disciplined, ruthless, determined, ambitious cookie with a bit of charm. She's got it all, really. And what she won't like about Mary, she's a bit lightweight, she's a bit loopy. She's not straight down the line. That's what Mikosi won't like about
needs
Mary.
that.
Mary will just look at Mikosi and think hard-nosed. And they have nothing in common.
Okay.
Absolutely not. If they stay in the house long enough, that will kick off for me.
Really?
Yep. Don't like each other.
Anyone else?
There's one other one where it's Maxwell.
Yeah.
And Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those two, it's not going to happen. They're about 5 or 10% compatible. Craig.
Do you know what? You're not loopy because I've seen that, and these two actually don't get on.
Well, I'm happy about it. Well, that's going to get worse. Craig is a Libran. He's a Libran wood rat. Masses of insecurities. He's got this aggressive sort of nature.
Right.
But it's wholly misleading. He's got so many internal issues that it's coming out in this aggressive fashion.
Yeah.
And he
was. I mean, I think one of the reasons why he's in there is
Yes.
because in his audition tape he's so aggressive.
Exactly.
Yeah. That, you know, and obviously these people are vetted and auditioned, and he never once let his guard down. So therefore,
he did it well. Good actor. Because for me, he's not he's not as aggressive as that at all. He's not a nice character. He's a Libra, and they're quite manipulative characters. However, he's just got so many issues, and they're coming out in this aggressive fashion.
Interesting.
So very, very misleading character. Maxwell would just look at him and just think, waste of space.
okay, we've had the Pash, we've had the Clash.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Kashish.
The Kashish.
What's going on with the Cash?
Well, there's a few, but my number one boy This boy is a Scorpio
You think Kamal can
wood
win
ox. Damn right I do. This
Why?
boy, Scorpio wood ox, he's got everything. He's sexual, he's charismatic, he's intelligent, he's funny, and a Scorpio wood ox is all of these things and more. I mean, if he gets through the first few, if he's still there halfway through, he's definitely a winner for me.
Also, he's the only model we have here who's actually 1-for-1. This is actually his real size. I don't know if you can see that at home, but everyone else we had to manipulate, that's actually him. OK, anyone else?
There is... don't underestimate Michelle. Unfortunately, she's a Leo. She's a Leo water pig. If she was any other star sign...
Sorry, who are we looking at?
Oh, sorry, Vanessa.
Oh, Vanessa,
sorry. I should have said
That's all right.
She's a water pig. If she wasn't a Leo, I'd give her a much bigger chance. But there's a nice side to her that we haven't seen. May come through, could surprise a few people.
What about these guys down here? Roberto?
Well, Roberto is smooth opera. Actually, I must just say, briefly, Roberto and Maxwell, you know that massage we saw earlier on?
Come on.
Very compatible. That could go somewhere.
There is,
That
however,
could go
one person.
somewhere.
There is, however, one person you don't think can win this,
Yes.
right? And that's Derek. Why? Derek?
Well, because Derek has not been himself at all. This boy, like, you've got a big ego, I've got a big ego.
Yeah.
This ego walks all over the two of us.
Yeah.
Mammy, he's a Leo born in the year of the wood dragon. The Leo has got a huge ego, the wood dragon too.
Thicky at the back. Is it not fair to say, though, because he's the oldest and the most experienced, he'd naturally probably have a bigger ego than anyone else in there because he's done more?
That's true, but he's had that ego since he was about 18 months old.
Yikes.
So that's it. But, I mean, charming man, and when people realise he hasn't been true to himself, he's going to cop for it. He's also got a very fragile ego, so when people start having a go at him...
This will happen.
Exactly that. History for Derek.
It's amazing. Thank you very much, Paul. Paul, everyone. Terrific stuff.
Thank you very much indeed.
OK, coming up, psychologist Sandra Wheatley analyses how Makosi is doing with her secret mission ahead of tonight's crucial nominations. And last night, you chose She Sells Sanctuary by the Seashore to entertain the housemates during Mary's party. Find out what happened with that after the break. We'll see you in 3. Hello. It's day 5. It is 5:45, which is very exciting. Coming up, psychologist Sandra Wheatley shares her opinions on Makosi's tactics to try and win nominations. But first, last night you chose... It would be great if they lit up there, wouldn't it? She Sells Sanctuary to entertain the housemates at Mary's birthday party. It was a fine choice. It was the only choice. Here's what happened.
Mom, baby.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
It was a fine choice. It was a good choice. It was a choice they didn't really know. OK, tonight the housemates nominate for the first time, and for Makosi it's going to be crucial, because if she doesn't get the most nominations, she's automatically up for the public vote on Friday. Here with me to discuss how she's coped with her mission is psychologist Sandra Wheatley, everyone. Hello, Sandra. How are you?
Hello. Very well, thank you.
Lovely to have you with us. OK, before we go any further, let's have a look at Makosi's week so far that you've been seeing. Take a look.
Makosi,
Yeah?
you are now automatically up for eviction next Friday.
You must try to get the highest number of nominations from your fellow housemates on Tuesday.
OK, cool. Easy.
You look a bit freaking spooky. What's the matter?
Do you know, I sort of can't stand this nosiness because everywhere I go, everybody's just asking me stuff.
What's that all about?
Can I, like, have trade tango because if I don't, I lose it? That's all I want. I don't care what everybody else wants. I just need a bottle.
You being such a, what do you call them? Hippo what? Crits.
Listen, okay? Listen to people. Express yourself, but then listen.
Listen! It's okay for her to say, but when I say to see, Makosi, double thunders.
It is so sad that you're not that clever. You know, Roberto, you are such a selfish person. And you are such a me person.
Yeah. Whatever, Minga.
You know, I'm trying so hard not to cry because I've been looking... Get out of here. My aim right now is 12 nominations against Makosi.
Does she ever wear clothes? That's what
Not
I want
often.
to know. OK, Firstly, how hard do you think this task has been for her?
I think it's been extremely hard for her. I don't think this is her natural state at all. She's obviously found it extremely stressful. I mean, the tears in the diary room when she desperately didn't want to cry, and the way she covered her eyes.
Are they real tears?
They were. Obviously, the ones yesterday were not.
But she is a princess, so therefore, when she needs to ratchet it up, she seems like, you know, it's the ideal choice in many ways for the person to actually go to the diary room to be the unluckiest housemate.
Yeah, I mean, it was a random thing, but yeah, I agree. I think that she naturally wants to be a winner. She wants to be the person who wins this, but she knows that she's got to play the team game. She's got to keep everybody on side.
OK, so how much of the real Makosi are we seeing? You said it was hard for her, but...
Yeah, I don't think we're seeing that much. Really? I really don't. I don't. I think there's a lot more that we will see. I think that she is a much more likeable person. It's very difficult to tell, obviously.
I was gonna say, how can you tell?
Well, the difficulty is we've never met her before, so we're only going by what we've seen. But what you can tell, ultimately, is that she's not comfortable in her own skin. She's very good at this whole princess thing, and being a princess is a state of mind.
Yeah.
So actually kind of being cohesive, all of her body language actually tallies with what she's saying, but she's not feeling happy. She is not a happy bunny.
Speaking as a princess, you're preaching to the choir system.
Darling, I know.
Now, one of the cleverest tactics involved pretending to deprive her fellow housemates of wine, which is a moment of genius. I mean, she just came out of the diary room, it came to her, and she did. Let's take a look at that.
I have to wash those aprons if you guys want wine, and I'm not doing it. To really annoy them, you go and say Makosi has been given a task to wash the aprons to win us some wine, but she just won't do it.
I'll have to say, why don't you wash it? And I'll say, well, it's her decision.
Makosi,
why don't you wash it?
I just won't, because I think he's picking on me, and I don't think it's fair.
Why not?
Makosi can't do it. No, I'm not doing it.
Why not? How am I?
He's using me.
Makosi.
No, I'm not doing it. I had to go 200 keys to open my bag, and now I'm having to wash off paint.
You're just washing an apron.
Darling, you're going to get an Oscar. You're going to get an Oscar, darling.
She is shrewd.
She is very shrewd.
So, I mean, why do you think she's let people in there, right? She let Kamal in, she let Leslie in, she let Derek in. Why is she doing that, do you think?
Because she wants to be liked. She wants others to be on her side. She's playing the long-term game. She wants to win. She doesn't want to be the person who is evicted. She wants to remain within the house, whether that is by actually having the nominations from the housemates or whether it's from the public vote, if that's what she's exposed to ultimately. Yeah. She wants to gain people's confidence and trust, and she likes to be liked.
Yeah. But can she let her guard slip? I mean, you know, we've got
no, she definitely can't. The whole thing about the sort of psychology of a human being is that we're very lazy. We go with the most recent thing that's happened to us. So all of the hard work, the recency effect and primacy effect. What she should be trying to do, if she is as clever as she certainly seems to be, is trying to annoy the other housemates for as much as possible, as close to the wire as she can go. That's what she needs to do. The disaster thing for her will be if, I don't know, Science and Kamal have a fight or something, or, you know, Roberto kind of, I don't know.
Or if people take pity on her?
I don't know. It's difficult to say. Pity is something that you can express, but not actually kind of, when they get in there and they do the nominations, they can be quite callous about it. Makosi is well liked by others, so it might be a good thing to get rid of her. They might play the tactical game. Big Brother is a game of chess with human beings.
Yeah, but off camera you were saying to me, what's brilliant about her is she keeps referring to herself in the third person.
Yes, she does. She does. So she's actually trying to get her name into people's minds. So she is doing this whole recency thing. Yeah. It appears, but she's really got to stay on the ball, really, really tight.
And if she doesn't get evicted, do you think she'll be able to reform those friendships with her fellow housemates? Because this lot are a very fickle, it's a very fickle bunch. When you're in there, it's very difficult not to be fickle.
Yes, yeah, and they all desperately want to like each other as well. I think that personally, having watched her, having never met her, but watching her and her environment such as it is, she is going to be perfectly capable of manipulating, for want of a better word, manipulating friendships.
Sandra, terrific. Today's Cool BBLB is quite simply who will get the most nominations tonight. Paul is back with us, as is obviously Sandra. Let's go to the first caller right now, who is, I believe, Joan from London. Hello, Joan.
Hello, Dermot, you handsome devil.
Hello, Joan. How's it going? All right?
Yeah, I think Makosi, I'm hoping that she'll do it, but Science is looking like he's really in the running, and he's not even on a mission, is he? Really, he's just really winding everybody up. So I'm hoping that he doesn't go, because I'd like to see more of Makosi. I'd like to see the real Makosi.
Do you think Makosi's done enough to get those nominations?
Well, I'd like to have seen her do more, and I'm sure she could have. I'm sure she could have. But obviously, who can tell? 45 minutes' time, we're going to know, aren't we?
Absolutely, I like it. You're sort of trailing our show as well. It's terrific. OK, what about... We haven't really talked much about science. What's science? I mean, could he go all the way? How's his compatibility on the cash?
Well, on the cash front, not great. He's a Leo. And he's a Leo water dog. He's a complex boy because the Leo he's got a big ego on him, and this is what we've seen so far. Underneath it, he's a really quite fragile, sensitive character. But those two different those jarring characters, there's a lot of inner angst on his part, and that's going to come out, and that's why he's winding everybody up.
Right.
Can't see science winning it.
OK, cool. Richard in Guildford's next up. Richard, hi.
Hi there.
You all right?
Oh, absolutely fine. How are you, Dermot?
Very well. Go for it. Who do you think?
OK, well, I think Makosi has definitely done her secret mission well. She's definitely going to get nominations from everyone. She's annoyed everyone at least 15 billion times.
Yeah.
And after that, I reckon it's going to be a close call between Kamal and Maxwell, because they've got such strong personalities and such strong opinions when it comes to, like, all the moral debates and everything.
It will be a disaster for week 1, in my opinion, if those 3 are up for eviction and one of them has to go, don't you think?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Who do you want to go out of those 3, Richard?
Personally, Maxwell.
Why?
Oh, because he's just so stubborn, and it's just like, get over yourself, OK? Just accept that you are not good at arguments, and just accept that you are ugly.
We love that in the house. We love that in the house. OK, Emma in Walsall. Hello, Emma.
Hiya.
Go for it.
I think Makosi will get the most nominations because of her task.
Yeah.
And Derek because of his age and because he's distancing himself from the other housemates.
Yeah, now, it's always a cagey game to play with Derek, isn't it? I mean, that kind of... The older housemate always has that interesting game to play. Do I try and be younger than I am, or do I just be myself and, you know, and therefore maybe get nominated because I might be a bit boring?
Yeah, it's the kind of father figure thing, isn't it, really? He is looking after people, and already we've seen that Makosi is confiding in him.
Yep.
He's respected by the others. They don't quite know how to play him, though, which is, you know, that's always the danger. Okay. But he's the diplomat, too.
That is pretty much all we have time for. Our thanks to Paul and to Sandra. Tonight at 7:30 on E4, watch unseen diary room footage uncut and catch up with all the latest house action from tonight at 10 on 4. We are back tomorrow at 5:25 p.m. on Channel 4. We'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.